Happy NFL Sunday, everybody, and welcome into Chicago Bears. Now, we got some good news and some bad news on the injury front for this Bears versus Vikings game. We're going to break that all down. Plus, did the Lions miss Ben Johnson already? We're going to talk about that as well. My name is Harrison Graham. Before we get into all that, hit that subscribe button. We will be live tomorrow night for Bears versus Vikings NFL Week 1 Monday Night Football watch party. So do not miss out. All you got to do is hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you know exactly when we go live. Let's start with the not so good news. Kyler Gordon, a late addition to the Bears injury report as he is reportedly dealing with a hamstring injury. That's kind of been an issue with him at times, these soft tissue injuries. He is listed as questionable for tomorrow night. And my initial gut reaction is he's probably going to be out, right? I mean, if he pulled his hamstring in Saturday's practice, is he going to go on Monday? Now, maybe it's not really a pull. It's not a strain. He kind of just felt a little tightness, and he'll work out tomorrow before the game and be fine. But my initial feeling was that does not seem like an ideal situation when it comes to Kyler Gordon and his chances of playing in this football game tomorrow night. And that would certainly be a bummer because Jaylon Johnson's already going to be a game time decision. He's questionable. Even if he plays, he's probably not going to be completely himself after missing all of training camp. So you could be down your top corners. Gordon's obviously not just a true outside cover corner. He's a nickel who does a lot of different stuff, but he's one of your best players on defense. So if he's out, that is a massive loss for this game. In which that Jaylon possibly may not play either. Now, again, I think Jaylon's trending toward playing. I expect him to be out there. Hopefully, Gordon's going to be out there. It's not like they ruled him out. They didn't mark him as questionable, but I hear hamstring and I get pretty nervous. Like I don't love his chances of playing in this football game. Hopefully, I'm wrong. I hope I am wrong, but we'll see where that goes. Other guys on the injury report, in case you missed it from Saturday, Jaylon's questionable, like we mentioned. Josh Blackwell also questionable. So if Kyler and Josh Blackwell are out, Nick McLeod is really your only healthy nickel corner. So keep an eye on that. Roschon Johnson is questionable as well, as he practiced in limited participation on Saturday, so maybe he gives it a go. I would doubt it, as that was his first practice in about 3 or 4 weeks, but that's where things sit right now with the new development around Kyler Gordon. Now, on the more good side of things, at least for the Bears, and we don't root for injuries on this channel, but Harrison Smith is out. He is officially out. He did not travel to Chicago. The Vikings traveled today ahead of tomorrow's game. He is dealing with an undisclosed illness. It seemed like maybe there was a chance he was trending in the right direction this week to try and give it a go, but not quite. He did not even travel, so he will not play in this game tomorrow night. And we talked about it in our video earlier today on 5 players who need to step up. Go check out that video if you haven't already. I think there's going to be opportunities for the Bears to attack this Vikings secondary. Harrison Smith is out. They're playing corners like Jeff Okudah and Isaiah Rodgers, in addition to Byron Murphy, who's their best cover corner guy. Josh Metellus is a good safety, but who's going to fill in for Harrison Smith? I don't really know, but that's a big loss, both just from a good player standpoint, but an emotional standpoint. Harrison Smith is a leader for this Vikings defense, so I'm not sure how you replace that. I would have guessed Ivan Pace is probably going to make most of the defensive calls, rock the green dot, but that's a big loss for Minnesota. In case you forgot, Christian Darrisaw, the left tackle, is questionable. Our Vikings host, Patrick Seatman, told me he thinks there's a real chance he doesn't play in this game, as they've been more on the cautious side with these type of injuries when they are kind of rehabbing them, and he's coming off a torn ACL and MCL, and he's obviously a young, high-paid player, so they could take the cautious route here, so we'll see if they do, but that obviously will be probably more of a game-time decision after he works out before the game tomorrow. Okay, today's show is sponsored by Prize Picks. Listen, you and I make decisions in life, but when you're right with Prize Picks, you get paid. So take advantage of Prize Picks right now. The way Prize Picks works is simple. You pick 2 to 6 player lineups and pick more or less on the stat projections available. Take advantage of a little action tonight. Lamar Jackson, more than a half a passing yard. That game doesn't kick off for another 30, 45 minutes or so. So still time to download the Prize Picks app today and get started right there. Pair that with something else or up to 5 other players for a 2 to 6 player lineup. Certain lineups with Prize Picks can earn you 2,000x your money. That's right. You can turn $10 into 20,000 with certain Prize Picks lineups that hit. Also, Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means on certain lineups you can miss one of your plays and still earn up to double your entry. Turn $20 into $40 on certain flex play lineups with Prize Picks. Gives you a little more wiggle room with those type of lineups. I love Prize Picks. Made a bunch of money yesterday on the college football slate. A little bit down today, but getting back on the saddle tonight. PrizePicks.com/CLNS. Use the code CLNS to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. Just download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups once you play your first $5 lineup. Trust me, you are not going to regret it. That is code CLNS. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. So those are the updates on the injury report heading into tomorrow night. We'll see if we get any more breadcrumbs before the inactives drop before kickoff tomorrow. But did want to react to Packers-Lions that just wrapped up as Green Bay, dare I say, dominated Detroit 27-13. I mean, this game was not close. It was 27-6 with 2 minutes left when Isaac Tesla made a one-handed acrobatic catch to make it a 27-13 final with like a minute left. But this game was never in doubt. Jordan Love, just kind of an efficient 16 of 22, 188 yards, couple touchdowns. Josh Jacobs, 66 yards rushing and a touchdown. Not gaudy numbers for Green Bay, but their defense was dominated. They swarmed Detroit, who found no big plays. Jared Goff, 31 of 39, sounds pretty good, right? Well, only for 225, and a lot of that was on those last couple of drives where it's complete garbage time, and it's just a lot of dink and dunk. David Montgomery, 11 carries, 25 yards. Jahmyr Gibbs, 9 carries, 19 yards. Micah Parsons had a sack late in the game. It's 1 week. We don't want to overreact. Green Bay looks legit, which is a bummer. On the flip side, though, maybe Detroit's pretty vulnerable, especially early on in the season. And remember, the Bears play at Detroit next week, so I still think Detroit's going to be good, but sometimes the schedule works out in your favor, and you catch them early here. Maybe next week is an opportunity to beat them at Ford Field. Now, we're all focused on tomorrow night, obviously, against the Minnesota Vikings, as we should be, but Detroit looked pretty pedestrian offensively. And something else that stood out, and we talked about this, the retirement of Frank Ragnow, the 2 new guards, a lot of interior pressure on Jared Goff. He was flushed out of the pocket a lot, and when he starts moving around, he is not even close to as effective as a quarterback. Like, he needs to be firm and stand tall in that pocket. When he starts to move, he's just not athletic. So his ability to throw on the run is pretty minuscule. So dominant win for Green Bay. Great win for the Packers. FGB in the chat, you guys know the drill. But for Detroit, it kind of felt like they missed Ben Johnson, at least for 1 week. And look, we said it all offseason. Their offense is probably going to take a bit of a step back. The hope, if you're a Detroit fan, is it doesn't take a huge step back and that the defense plays better just because they're healthy. I do actually think the Lions defense played decent. I know they gave up 27 points, but it's not like Josh Jacobs dominated. 3.5 yards per carry. Jordan Love threw 188 yards. He was efficient, but it's not like they just gashed him straight up and down the field like Detroit was getting gashed late last season due to the injuries. But, man, this was pretty damn dominant. Like, this was a one-sided affair for most of the contest. And, again, it was 27-6 with like 2 minutes left before Detroit got that garbage time touchdown. So we'll see. The NFC North is going to be interesting. Week 1 is always fascinating. And now we got Bills-Ravens tonight before our Chicago Bears take center stage on Monday Night Football against the Minnesota Vikings. All right, that's going to do it. Get your score predictions in. Bears-Vikings right now in the comment section below. And we will have our final preview tomorrow morning up on the channel, so be on the lookout for that. And then it'll be time for Monday Night Football. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, bear down.